In this video, I'm gonna tell you all about Flow Consistently, the school community I'm running, and what it's about and who it's for. I'm Florian Baxhäusl, and I'm helping solopreneurs and one-person business owners to properly plan their day, to manage their energy, and to be effective and healthy while building their business. In the school community, we network together with different entrepreneurs from all around the world that are running the businesses that they have on their own and figure out how to solve the problems of inconsistent energy management, of not proper prioritization, and of getting more outside perspectives on themselves. Because most of the time, as a solopreneur, we lack the outside perspective to see what to the eye from the outside is very obvious what we should do. So that's what the school community is all about. And now we go a bit deeper into the topics. And let me first of all tell you more of what I do and who I am. I'm a physiotherapist. I study physiotherapist. I run a local business here in my hometown and in the area in Germany, where I help like businesses with the health of their employees. I am building online the school community and doing coaching online, where I help solopreneurs like yourself to manage your day more properly. And I have learned this through trial and error, through over a longer period of time, through building my business and also working a lot on my health, working a lot with clients, with patients. And there I learned a lot and I compile it all together and we help each other out in the school community. And that's who I am. And now let's get more into the problems that we will be talking about. So written something down because I've been in the recent days I've been doing a lot of interviews with solopreneurs to really figure out what the main problems are that they are facing in their day to day, and you can tell me in the comments if it's true, if you're facing similar problems, or if there are problems that I didn't address yet. So we start with inconsistent energy management. And most of the time, maintaining the energy throughout days and weeks is hard for solopreneurs. And I noticed it for myself in the past as well. I was pushing a lot. I was I really was in the hustler mindset. I was watching a lot of people that talk about hustle culture, and I really enjoyed it. So I was working all day, was neglecting my sleep, neglecting proper nutrition because I was also fasting. So my body got drained a lot. And after a while, I felt really burned out. And of course, some people say that they are burned out because um, even though they aren't, because they may be lazy, but there are burnout is real. There are real symptoms of burnout that I experienced for myself because my cortisol levels were very high, and I noticed this through my body giving me signals. I was more anxious. I had health anxiety, which is a thing. You can look it up, and it got to a point where I also had to go to the hospital because I had type of panic attack, and I wasn't sure if is really something wrong with my heart or not, and I couldn't really breathe. So I try to, like, I know a lot of breathing techniques and stuff like that. So I try to calm myself down, but and I never told the story online before. But then yeah, to be safe, I went to the hospital and let me check up, and after a while, it calmed down. But there was like sleeping about 4 to 6 hours a day, drinking lots of coffee, had my exams in physiotherapy, and I also was studying in physiotherapy more and more, and also studying in the business direction, building the business. So too many things all at once, and no sleep, no proper recovery. So you can get to this stage if you hustle a lot. And of course, this is an extreme, uh, but you don't need to go there. It's nice to push yourself and to see where are the limits, but you don't need to push yourself so much as I did. So just recognize, okay, my body is feeling now it's too much. My body is giving me signals. I start to feel a little bit sick and not can't concentrate anymore, and then it's time to recover, optimize his sleep, and so on. So nowadays, I sleep properly. I optimize my sleep. I learned all about the biohacks, which I will be showing in the school community as well, how to properly sleep, which is the most important thing that we are talking about in this community as well, and which is also the first thing I work on with my clients, because the sleep affects how we make decisions. So when we are not slept, when we haven't slept well, then we are easier angry. We can't make proper decisions. We often tend to eat food that isn't serving, so unhealthy food. And yeah, we procrastinate a lot. So you know how it is when you sleep too little. So this is a very important thing. And now I lost my train of thought little bit. But yeah, from the extreme to working too less, and we try to find the balance to keep it consistent and not to work too much and not also work too little, but keep a consistent flow of energy during the days, during the weeks, during the years, the month as well. So we can do this almost for eternity. Because when we then are at a stage where we are balanced, then we just every day keep on growing, and this is the best way to grow, as I have recognized in my recent in the last years. So that's what we are focusing on. And in the school community, of course, there will be more accountability and strategies how to keep yourself consistent. And we will also hold regular calls. So if you are a solopreneur or one person business owner, then click the link in the bio, the first link, and join the group. It will take maybe a day to be accepted, and then you're in. And then you can join the live calls similar to this, where we just talk about those specific problems. You can tell me what it's all about, what your problem is all about, and we then work on fixing it. So this is the first main problem that I discovered in talking to you guys. Number two, scattered focus and prioritization paralysis. So as a solopreneur, we have to do a lot of things. So we have to do everything if we don't start to delegate stuff for freelancers or similar things. And most of the people that I talk to and that I address need to do content, need to do outreach, need to talk to clients, need to fulfill. Um, Most of the people I work with are agency owners and coaches. So yeah, you have to manage your own life, you have to manage your family, your friends, your um, wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend. Many things just come together, your day-to-day tasks, your normal tasks. And especially when we are not so progressed in our business, we're making some good money maybe, or we started to make some good money, then we felt like, okay, nice, I'm doing good. And then you fall down because you don't keep yourself consistent. This is the pattern for most people. So you make some good amount of money, then you feel like the G, and then you fall down a little bit. So because you aren't doing the things anymore that bring you the money or the clients or the progress on your social accounts, for example. And this is why we need to keep this consistency, to not fall down too much and not go up too high, so we can keep it in a balanced state. And if we have so many things to do, then oftentimes it's hard to decide what's really important, the needle movers. And there are some strategies that we also talk about in the school community that you can utilize to figure out what is really bringing you further, what is really the needle mover that has the biggest impact. And what I teach my clients is to do those tasks at the beginning. So, for example, for one client who's a coach, we talked about, okay, what are the most important things at the moment? It's one, outreaching to content, and then doing the sales calls for him to get new clients, because that's all he needs to do. He doesn't need to, like, only like, outreach is the most important thing to get people on the calls, and it all stems from outreach uh, for for him at the moment. So this is the most important thing. And if he does it at the morning, then also maybe make some content because he wants to do it regularly, also to warm up people, but not to go too in depth now. Um, then he progresses, and then when he does it in the morning, then he has the rest of the day to do what he likes, and then he can do more in business, or he can enjoy his free time. And yeah, you just need to figure out for yourself what are those things that are really important at the moment. Most of the time it's we think about, okay, building a website, okay, making this type of content style, making perfecting our logo, make a course that nobody wants to buy or something like that. There are many things that we do that are not really necessary to move ourselves forward in our progress. And the same applies to health. For example, we want to do our endless morning routine in the morning, which I also did in the past. I had like 1, 2, 3 hours morning routine. I also hopped in the ice bath. Then I went for a run. Then uh, I did my routine in the bathroom and everything, like oil. I'm not sure how to call it, but there's so many things I did every day. But it's held me back from doing the work and doing the important things to keep me healthy. Because there's not so much that you need to do. There are a few things: sleep, nutrition, enough movement. But you don't need to do everything and you don't need to stretch it for so long. So if you want to be efficient, there are ways and things that you can focus on. Okay, number two. And then point number three: isolation and lack of external perspective. So oftentimes as solopreneurs, if we aren't in a community, um, we feel a lot alone and we are very isolated because most of the time nobody around us, or often for me it was the same, and for a lot of people I talk to, a lot of people around us aren't into entrepreneurship, aren't into building their business. So there's nobody you can really talk to, and you feel isolated and you feel not really, you don't really fit in. So, and when you join, then you start maybe to join some communities, but the communities often are very big. So you don't have proper connections with the people in the communities. So this is why we are gathering ourselves together in the school community. It will be a quite small school community, and I'm not sure how big I want to make it, but at the beginning it will be very small. So at the moment there are only 10 people in. Of course, it will gradually increase, but this gives us the opportunity to really connect and really dig deeper into your problems. So, might as well join now. So, as long as we still have a good connection, because we are not too many people. So, and the lack of external perspective from either a coach or a friend who knows about business and who maybe is a bit further ahead already, often we lack it. And there's the thing, um, I think it's the Solomon paradox. I heard Alex Hormozi talk about it. It's that you are, when you want to view yourself from another perspective, it's not so easy. So the best thing to do, if you want to do it for yourself, you write, for example, with a person. Like I do it, for example, every week. I write every Sunday. I write with myself when I'm 100 years old, or like very wise already. So I write myself some questions and then I answer myself from the outside perspective. You can do it also with some friends, some type of friend. I also do this sometimes. Okay, another friend is talking about the situation you are in, but you are not, if you understand what I mean, you are not in yourself, but talking about a friend who is exactly in the same position as you. And this shift of frame, the shift of your perspective, helps you to get out of yourself. But of course, some outside perspective of a person who really knows what he's talking about and who really knows what's important for you at the moment is more helpful. You can also at the moment talk to AI. Maybe you have your ChatGPT where it knows your personality already when you talk to it a lot. This also helps a lot as well. But of course, proper insight from the outside uh, is most of the time most helpful. The most helpful. Okay. So those are the three main topics, the three main problems that I noticed and I recognized, and um, I saw, I learned when I talked to lots of solopreneurs. So if you have any more problems that are interesting for you or that you are facing at the moment, interesting for you, that you're facing at the moment, write them down in the comments or join the school community and just talk about them there. Because then we can start to get into them and start to fix them, start to find solutions. Because there are a lot more problems that I also um, found, and also I learned from working with um, solopreneurs already. But those are the main three that I have recognized. And maybe you can identify with them. Maybe you see, oh, okay, I also struggle with this. So if you do, you might want to join the school community to work on this together. Okay, that's that was it. That was it from this video introducing my school community, Flow Consistently, our school community, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in there or in the next YouTube video. So subscribe, join the community. See you soon.